Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to journal while I talk to you. I have my talking points and my journal here. I have a few things to plan out for the next 2 to 3 weeks of my life, and I haven't had the time to just yet, so I'm taking this time while completing 2 different tasks. As you can tell by the title, today's topic is learning to say no, and for those of you who have been around for some time will remember my boundaries video from last year, and this is actually one of the boundaries. I'm just going deeper into it, and there are very specific reasons as to why I'm doing this, because I've had to relearn this myself. I would just like to put out a disclaimer here. I am not a professional. Everything I know or have learned is through professionals and through research suggested by the professionals that I work with. My therapist is someone I work with on the regular with things like this, and I often ask for her help and input whenever I do these videos, because I know not everybody can access therapy. I mean, therapy is hella expensive. I am not gonna lie, especially now in the pandemic, not having a set income. It has become something of a luxury for me to be able to contact my therapist and go and see her for sessions, and I know that not everybody can actually afford these things, so instead of having expensive therapy, you can access it in different ways. This is a good way to spread knowledge to the masses that can't access it. If you would like help, or if you would like to see a therapist, I can link a few good ones down below. I am not sponsored or affiliated with any of them. I've seen them before. I've been in their I've been to their therapy sessions before, and they're really good, and this would be for different areas in South Africa. Okay. Again, I can't think today. So the whole idea of today's video is I had a massive breakdown this morning. I spiraled, started crying, phoned my therapist, said a couple of things, and I basically had an issue with saying no to someone who I usually say yes to. For those of you who don't know me personally, you won't know that I've recently had a little bit of an accident at work, and I currently am at home because I need to heal up. Nothing's too serious. Animal bite, I'm good, I've had my shots, I saw the doctor and all that stuff, so yeah, so I'm at home, and I was supposed to go back today, but I wasn't ready to. My body was not ready to. So I decided to take the day and stay at home and try and minimize the pain and the swelling and everything that goes with this kind of wound, and yeah, so the whole thing was I decided to say no for a change and take care of myself, and everybody threw a fit about it. And I felt guilty, and I had a spiral. So, this is where this topic comes from, because I should not have felt guilty because I was taking care of myself. I was doing an act of self-love in that moment. And the spiral came, and I spoke to my therapist, I spoke to friends of mine, and I was reminded that I'm allowed to say no. And that is why this is important, and this is why I have scrapped the topic that I was going to upload and decided to do this, because I realized that even though I do know this, I had to relearn it again. So, first things first, how much time do you spend doing things that take up your personal me time on other people? Is back. Is that my camera, or is it just glare? It's just glare. I'm running out of daylight. I'm not gonna lie. It is 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And yes, I'm drinking coffee. I know. So, basically, when you say no, you need to do a couple of things, and this is something that I've had to learn time and time again, because I'm a bit of a people pleaser, and I know this, I'm very aware of this, and my fellow people pleasers will agree with me. It is difficult to not say yes, because you feel guilty, you feel like it's your job to say yes, and it reaches a point where your energy runs out. Well, don't wait until your energy runs out. That's the most important thing. And I mean, while I'm sitting here journaling and talking to you, I am also sitting here reading my notes and going, I should have just realized this a long time ago. So a few tips on saying no, and I'll actually link down the 2 articles that I sort of used for this. So yeah. There are non-expensive options as well, online options. I will link them down below. I am not affiliated with any of this. These are just options that I've used when I didn't have the money to go to an actual therapist. So yeah, first things first, don't wait until your energy runs out to say no. Say no before that, because when your energy runs out, it means that you don't have energy to look after yourself. It means, using me as a good example, it means that you have to literally say, no, I cannot today. Literally, cannot. Not won't, cannot. Physically cannot. My body was in so much pain this morning that my leg swelled up, so much so that when I looked at it after walking 5 steps down the hall to go to the stairs, I was like, oh, maybe that's not such a good idea. So, do not wait until your body or mind cannot physically go there. Wait and do it before then. Right, second one. When saying no, be direct and keep it simple. Don't over-explain, like I'm doing. Case in point, I have a friend I often go and see. I could not do it yesterday. I was in bed. And all I said was, hey, have an injury, can't move much, can't drive at the moment. I'll see you next week. Plain and simple. And this friend understood. But as I didn't say yes, no, I'll see you in 10 minutes and then say no. Like, no, I can't right now, physically unable. Try and take some time to think about it. So this is, and I wonder if I should quote the article directly here. Give alternative answers to give yourself time to think about it. Because generally, if you know you don't have the time or energy to do it, and you say yes anyway, you're going to run out of energy. However, if you've thought about it for a little bit, you realize, don't have the energy, don't have the time, don't have the means or whatever, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Options that I can give you is, I'll get back to you, I'll need to see, I'll have to think about it. It's not a direct no, but it's also not a direct yes, and it doesn't make you liable for whatever they've asked you. It also gives you time to actually think about it and assess whether you can or can't, which makes you more confident when you say no, or makes you more confident that you have the time, space and means to do so if you can. Only if you can. Remember, this is about learning to say no. Come up with alternative suggestions that benefit both parties. So, say for instance, my friends could have come here yesterday. Think about what you can do that benefit both you and the person who's asking you the favor. There could be many different scenarios that come into mind at this point, but that's all I'm going to say. Separate, and this I'm quoting, there is no better way to say this, separate refusal from the rejection. Just because you said no to the task does not mean you are saying that you are rejecting the human being as a whole. You've refused the task, not the person. It doesn't mean you don't love the person, it doesn't mean you don't care about them, it's just you are taking care of yourself so that when they ask next time, you actually have the capacity to help. Lose the guilt. This is one of the points that I struggle with myself, constantly. Lose the guilt. Stop feeling guilty for saying no. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you are empty, you cannot pour from it. You cannot help people if you don't have the energy. Remember, do not wait until your energy runs out. I sound like such a bitch, but this is important because this is something I struggle with all the time. I'm constantly saying yes. Prioritize. Be honest with yourself. Be clear about what you want in the situation. Now this applies to more personal situations. Say for instance, I'm constantly working on other things for other people but never actually finishing what I need to work on for myself. Say for instance my website. It's been under construction for 2 months because I literally don't have the time to, because I'm constantly working on something for somebody else. And if I'm honest with myself, I really want to finish this rebuild. I really want to finish this rebranding because it is such an important thing for me. It's something that I want to share with people because it is knowledge, and knowledge is power. But I never finish it because I'm always doing this favor for this person, running out and doing this person this errand, doing this. Be honest with yourself and prioritize. Okay, so I'm going to close this off with a quote quickly. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. And this is a Buddha quote, and it, like, people are gonna joke, laugh, and say it doesn't actually tie in, but it does, because when you are saying yes to other people, you are saying no to yourself. So remember that when you are saying no to others, you are saying yes to yourself. Okay, I'm gonna stop sounding like I'm talking like crazy, and I'm gonna get back to my journaling. I am sending you love, light, and rainbows, and please, ladies and gents, all my lovelies in this wonderful world, remember to take care of yourself first, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. And if you need any help or therapy or whatever, there are links down below, options that were free, what you can and cannot afford. I really hope they help, and I really hope this helps you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye guys.